Good morning everyone, and welcome to another one of Alan's angling adventures. We're back up the River Adur again for another session. We're on the Betley bridge stretch, and I'm very close to the swim I fished the last time I fished here. Those of you that watch my videos would have seen the one where it was quite windy. I think it's 2 or 3 videos back. Well, I'm just a few yards up from there. I can't quite fish there today because it's a bit boggy. So I'm just up from that swim, not far at all. So this is Betley Bridge, and we're going to have a Waggler session today. Time wise it's 25 past 10. I've just got here, so I've got to get set up. The water actually looks quite good. It's a little bit on the clear side, but I think it looks good. Species wise, well, last time I fished here it was roach and rudd that were the main species. I think I had one perch. We'll see how we get on today. I'm hoping I can catch something, catch some bigger ones today. Basically, bait wise, I have got, well, ground bait. I'm using once again Sensus 3000 River. I've got that knocked up in my mixing bowl, just standing for 15 minutes. I've got just red maggots today. I'm not using white. They've been a waste of time recently. So I've got all red because they're the ones that seem to do the trick. And I've also got a couple of tins of natural hemp seed, which I will add to the ground bait in a minute. Yeah, so that's basically it. Straightforward Waggler session. See what we can catch. I enjoyed the last one. The last Waggler session I had up here, and the one I had at the fork on the last one. And then of course the last one of all was the carp session last Wednesday when I blanked, but I still enjoyed it. It was good. So anyway, enough of me waffling on. I'm gonna get set up because I've got to get set up as yet, and then I'll get back to you in a minute. I'll show you swim wise what we've got. Now this is what we've got here. I've had to just cut myself a little space there, but it's a lovely swim. It really is a lovely swim, very comfortable looking. It's the widest, probably the widest part of this on this stretch here. Where are we? Yeah, that's what we've got. Look, so the wind's coming from right to left today. Last time I fished here it was left to right, so I might have a problem today with keeping the line behind the float, but we'll see how it goes anyway. So I'm just going to cast about half to 3/4 of the way out and let it run down, providing it's a nice run down there. I'm not too sure yet. There's bound to be 1 or 2 snags, I think there's some lily pads under the surface in spots, but it shouldn't be too bad anyway. So you can let it run down a fair bit. Right, we're all ready to start fishing, but before I do, I'll run you through my setup, what I'm using. Right, I'm using my 10-foot Omni Match Rod, the one I always use. The reel is a Shimano 2500 RB fixed spool. There we go. The main line is £6, and I'm also using 0.19 Flurocarbon Drennan Flurocarbon Hooklength. There we are. This is virtually invisible under the water. Really good, especially if you're chub fishing. Really good stuff. That's my hook length. So that's that. Now the float, this might change throughout the session, but at the moment, because it is semi-tidal up here, and I think the tide is on its way up, so we might have to move back a little bit. It's not too bad though up here, so we might have to adjust things because of the depth changes throughout the session. Now float wise, I haven't got my glasses up, where have I? A Drennan crystal Waggler, which is that, with an AA shot either side of it and a number 4 below the AA shot, just below the float there. And then I've also got down the line, I've got, I'll show you, shirt button style, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but shirt button style, about every 6 inches, number 8s, all the way down, loop to loop, hook length, and then yeah, number 8 shots all the way down, and the last one is about 6 inches from the hook itself. There we go. So that's shirt button style, number 8s all the way down, and that's virtually it. So it's quite simple really, even for someone like me. Right, have a cup of tea and then we'll get cracking. I forgot to mention I've got casters as well. I've got casters, and I've also bought, I've had these in here for years in my bag, I've just brought them along, some soft hookable pellets. You never know, they're very strong, fishy smell. I think they're swim stim actually. Yeah, Dynamite swim stim, red krill durable hookers. I've got those with me just as a, you know, as a backup bait, just to try. And I've put in my ground bait, I've got hemp and I've got casters. I haven't got no maggots in there at the moment, but I've got hemp and casters in there. That's probably ready to go out now. That's that. I've put the whole bag in there because I will probably use it. Time wise it's 11:05. As I say, it does look quite good. Weather wise today, I think it's going to be mainly dry. There's a lot of variable cloud about today, which I like. In fact, if it stayed like this would be absolutely fine, perfect. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if if the sun comes out later. But at the moment, it's all right. There is an outside chance of a shower, but I think it's basically dry today. And that's basically it. That's run you through the setup, the bait I'm using, and right, I suppose all we can do now is get down there and see what we can catch. I'm presuming roach and rudd is the normal fare up here, but there's also some nice bream up here. Hopefully we can get amongst some of them, we'll see anyway. I have got my feeder rod with me, but I'm not going to set it up. I think what I'll do, if I see any signs of bream feeding out there, what I'll do is just lengthen my hook length so that I'm fishing way over depth. There's fish moving out there now, topping, so I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to get out there and we'll see how we get on today. We'll see in a minute. Right, let's get ourselves comfortable. It's 11:10. I've put a couple of balls of ground bait out there, a bit of loose feed, a bit of hemp, and a few red maggots. We'll be a bit careful with these today. I ain't got a lot here. I asked for a pint, but I don't think there's a pint there. But still, I've got casters as well, so make sure my landing is at hand. From right to left. Which is probably going to blow the float, well it will, in front of the line, which I don't want that. Last time I fished up here, I had it in the opposite direction. I've got to mention I'm using a size 12 wide gape hook. I'm not messing about with 18 today to start off with. This might change, but I want to give myself every chance of catching, you know, some possible bigger stamp of fish. So we're going to go straight in here with 3 red maggots on a size 12. We'll see how we get on. We're underway. Oh, straight away a bite. To adjust the shotting pattern. Oh, there's a lot of bubbles out there. Might have to go a bit deeper. Might have to go a bit deeper. You have to mess about for a while before you get it right. Yep. First one of the session. We got, ooh, it's a chublet. Well, well, well. First fish of the session. A chublet. That's nice. Right, that's good. Second one of the session. Bit small, but I was hoping with the bigger hook, you know, that I'd maybe pick up some bigger ones. I still might do. Just have to take a shot or two off on this in a minute. Just 10. Oh, that's a nice bite. Can't miss that. start anyway. Third fish of the session. And a bigger one than the last one. There we are. Great stuff. Yeah, so we're just try and see what we can catch today. See what we can, you know, just build it up again. It's certainly, I can see there's plenty of fish feeding it. There's plenty of bubbles on the surface as the flow's going from right to left. Getting some loose feed out there. Yeah, it looks really good at air today, I must admit. The colour of the water looks good. It's a little on the clear side, but I don't mind that. I really don't mind as long as it ain't too clear. In fact, it's probably just about right. So I'm talking about 3 red maggots on a size 12. We're going to be here till, well, whenever really. I don't know yet, but a fair while. A smaller one, but they're in the swim. We've got them feeding, and that's good. That's good. Yeah, not frightened to take the size 12 hook. Which is great stuff. Oh, really enjoying this at the moment. It's a bite cast out there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, a rod. I do like the rod. I like the colours of the rod. There we are, look at that, look, beautiful. I love this sort of fishing. Looking brilliant. So I will try some casters in a minute, because if the rud are out there. Certainly having it at the moment though. Roach. Right, that's 3 different species we've had now. Choblet, rod and roach. So look, just had to make a few minor adjustments to the setup. I had to take the AA shots off around my float and put a BB shot on either side and added another number 4. That's you have to keep doing stuff like that until you get it right, because if you don't get it right, it really does affect bites. The idea, I think, is to get it to look as get the bait to look as natural as it can as it flows through the water. I'm still getting plenty of bites at it. We've had 3 different species up to now. I'm really enjoying this. Christ. Look at it now. Some of the bites. Lightning quick. This is on soft hookable pellets. Oh, it's a bigger one. No doubt about that. Lovely fish. Oh, I'm glad I brought them with me. Have a look. Oh, it's a lovely rud. It's a beautiful rud. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is what I want. Keep still, fella. Look at that. Look. Look. Gorgeous. That's on the soft hookable pellets. Straight away. Right, I'm going to use them then. Let's not mess about. Of course, lovely. Look. Beautiful. Right, oh, this is fantastic stuff. Really enjoying this. I'm getting a bite, more or less a biter cast, but I'm not hooking on the maggots. I'm not hooking, but I'm missing a lot. Ah, let's try these pellets, because that might be the way to go. I do like these pellets. Whew. Certainly the bigger ones. It's another nice one. Oh, lovely fish. Another lovely rud. Look at this, look. Keep still, fella. Look at that. The camera's picking it up, look. Look at that, beautiful. I'm using the pellets now. Not getting as many bites, but when I do get them, they're better stamp of fish. Look at that, lovely. There's 2 cracking rub now on those soft hookable pellets. I'm going to continue using them. I might not catch so many fish, but they're better stamp of fish. And talking about rud, I noticed a couple of days ago that a nice, I don't know what river it was, wasn't this one, but some chap had caught a beautiful river rud of 3 pound 9 ounces. Oh, it was a cracking fish, it really was, on float fished bread flake. Maybe that's the way to go, because I'm going to try and have a decent session trying to catch big roach and big rudd, probably in a couple of weeks time with a bit of luck. But I thought I'd, see how this session goes, and I might even come here for it. But at the moment, these pellets are certainly doing the job. So I'm not getting as many bites, but the bites I'm getting, you can tell, are from better fish. a better size fish, bigger size. Oh, brilliant stuff. Time wise, it's just gone 10 to 1. I will be having a bit of dinner in a minute. Just keep getting that hemp out there. A few maggots. Been a very enjoyable session up to now. You have to get the float just in the right area, because sometimes you get it out there and it's not running through very well. You know, it's more or less staying still. That's no good like that. You need it to run through. The pace, there we go again, the pace has slowed down. I think it's supposed to be high tide about 2ish today. I say it's just gone 10 to 1 now. See, she's stopped there now. I've never had any success on them before. I haven't used them that often, just once or twice, and I haven't even had a bite on them, but today two cracking rod. They hook just lovely on a size 12. I know pellets can be deadly, you know, in the right conditions. By the way, I was going to be fishing the fork, that swim I showed you. The reason, and the one and only reason I'm not up there today, is the tide. The tide's all wrong. The tide's all wrong, so I decided I'll leave that to it. I might go there next week or the week after. I know I told you on my last session that I'd be fishing. I showed you the swim I was going to fish. Well, I can't, you know, I wouldn't have much time fishing it because it would just be ridiculous when it gets high tide. Ooh. It's only a small one, but oh, I don't know, it's not too bad. Not to be sniffed at. Not to be sniffed at, Alan. This is on maggots again this time. It's another rod. And the rod are definitely playing ball today. There we are, fella. Yeah, not as big as the last two. This was on maggots this time. But most welcome. What is it? 1:05. I'm getting a bit hungry now. I might have some dinner in a minute. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try and catch one more, and then I'm going to stop for a bit of dinner. I'm really enjoying this. The time's going quick again. I'm going to stay here till probably about, I might stay here till 6. We'll see. I might well do today. Let's go for maggots again. I will go on the pellets again this afternoon. for now we'll just go back on the maggots again. Perfect conditions really, you know, this cloud, this is what I've been crying for, conditions like this. It's a small one. Very small. It's another rod. Certainly is the rod playing ball, I tell you. Talking about that 3 pound 9 ounce rod I saw the other day, caught in a river. Oh, the photo of it, it was absolutely gorgeous. I thought, imagine having one of them, you know, on the end of your hook. Flipping brilliant. You know. Keep still, mate. There we are. Oh, I'll tell you what, let's get one more, then I'll stop and have some dinner. Because, you know, if you're looking for big rudd, I suppose, bait-wise, I think bread flake's really good. Well, and big roach as well. Bread flake and you know, pellet is supposed to be good. There certainly has been a lot of fish topping here today. Oh, this is why I don't want to stop for any dinner. Oh my god, it's took me into a snag, that did. Snagged me up a bit. Oh, flipping bites at it. Oh, I'm not stopping yet. I'm not stopping yet. So you can fish up here when the tide's right up. It's no problem at all up here. But when you fish on that tidal stretch like I did the other day, or by the fork, it's virtually impossible really. Yeah, she's definitely flowing back from left to right. Yep. Oh, it's not as big as I thought it was. In fact, I better use it. I don't want to lose any of these. Another rod. Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Appear to be in front of me at the moment. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have a session very soon to try and target some big roach and big rudd. It's just a question of where I'm going to go. I mean, this is an option here. I'll tell you what, I know they're in front of me, so let's put a pellet on. Let's put a pellet on, because if there's any bigger ones out there in front of me, I know there's a shoulder rudd and that out there now, right in front of me. If there's any bigger ones there, I might have more of a chance So I certainly will on these pellets. Let's give it a go. Oh, this is exciting stuff, this is. Every so often putting some hemp and maggots out there, and a few caster. See, what I mustn't do, I mustn't be put off by the fact that when I put a pellet on, you're not getting instant bites or so many bites. You know, it's easy to think, oh, I'll go back to putting maggots on. Because if you want the bigger fish, you have to, you know, you have to have the patience to sit here a bit longer while you wait for a bite. So I've had two, much better rud on the pellets. It's 1:15 now. I think I'm going to stay until about 6 today. See, what I might do, I might just leave it out there and have some dinner. Jesus Christ. I'll show you. See all that silt off the bottom? That was a carp. A carp. Literally, it had been sitting there. It must have been sitting there. It's just swam out. Decent one as well. Jesus Christ. See that you just do not know what's in, you know, what's right in front of you like that. Blimey O'Reilly. Oh, the pellet's off. Right, oh, yeah, right in front of me. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a bit of dinner and I'll get back to you after dinner and we'll see how we get on this afternoon. Well, I haven't had my dinner yet. I've decided to carry on a bit. Well, this is a nice one. This is a nice one. Well, it's the biggest one I've had on maggots anyway today. Yeah. This is great stuff. You see, these cloudy, overcast days, this is what you want. That's just on double red maggot. So let's continue just for a bit longer. Yeah, I can't believe that carp. Right, it must have been. I wonder if it must have been sitting there in front of me. I have to be a bit careful, there's a snag down there. Oh. Yeah, there's a snag down there. I keep getting bites, but they take me into this snag. Oh, it's a perch. Mr. Perch. The fourth different species of the day. So that's a chublet, rudd, roach, and now a perch. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Right. Really am. There we go. They do take it down, the old perch, don't they? Here we are. Old stripey. Yeah, look at that, look. Perch. Oh, flipping hell. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. A bit of ground bait up there. That tide's on its way up. Definitely on its way up. Right, sort yourself out, Alan. Get so excited with this. Absolutely brilliant. You know, because you just don't know what you're going to catch. You don't know what you're going to get next. There's 4 different species I've had now, plus I've seen a carp. Just get ready. There's a nice flow out there now from left to right. Smaller one this time. In fact, a fair bit smaller, but still most welcome. Another rudd. You can always tell, you know, them really deep red fins. Now look. There's a bit of debris coming up the river as well. I don't know what this is, but it's a better fish if I can get it. Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? Still not sure. Oh, it's a cracking perch. Yes. Oh, it's my biggest perch on the river. What a fish. Oh, what a cracking fish. Well, look at this. Absolute corker. I'm going to weigh this. What a beautiful perch. River perch. Look at that. Cool. Right. Keep her in the water. I don't want to. Well, it's the best perch I've caught on the river, you know. It's a pound, bang on a pound. Absolute corker. I'm not going to put this in the keep net. I'm not putting this in the keep net. I'm going to put her straight back. Cool, what a lovely fish. Beautiful fish. Guys, made it all worthwhile. It's the biggest perch I've caught on the river. I've never had one of a pound. Not on the river. I've had plenty on, you know, on still waters, but not on the river. Look at that, look. Absolutely gorgeous. Mr. Perch. Look at that, look. Showing off now, look. Brilliant. So a perch of a pound. Right. Let's put her back. Let's put her back. There we go. Oh, great stuff. Absolutely fantastic. That's the best perch I've had on the river. Oh Christ, I wondered what it was. This is brilliant, this is absolutely brilliant. Right, let's get back out there again. Let's get back out there. Well, not a perch, but a roach this time. Of course, really is a mixed species day, this is. Here we are, a roach. Yeah, I wasn't going to put a fish like that in the keep net, no way. You saw it clearly enough anyway. Cool, what a great session this is turning out to be. Yeah, it's my perch PB, that is, on the river. On the river. I think my best perch on still water is, I think it's at 2 pound 8 ounces, I think, on a still water. As I say, when you catch these fish on the river, it's a whole different ball game. These fish are all coming up with the tide. It's absolutely teeming with fish out there now. Yeah, the conditions are absolutely spot on for up here. That bit of wind that we did have this morning is completely gone now. Oh, this is fantastic stuff. Yeah, look, another rod. There we are. Right, what's the time? 2 o'clock on the dot. Getting that hemp out there. Just to keep them interested. Yeah, look. That won't bother you at all. Right, let's get cracking. Let's continue with this, because you get a certain time when, you know, it's brilliant. And that is now. I think I might come here for a, you know, try and target some bigger roach and rudd. Really got them feeding on here now. Whew. There we are. Yeah, even the old sheep are interested. Yeah, so what I'm thinking of doing is coming up here one afternoon or just after dinner it might be here before the weather starts changing, with a loaf of bread and float fish bread flake into the early evening, and see if we can pick up some big roach or rudd. I mean, this is as good a spot as any. Only a small one. A very small one. A roach though. There ain't been many roach today at all. I can probably count on one hand the amount of roach I've had. Yeah. Well, I've just had to put my second battery in my camera now, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful with it now, because I'm probably going to have to show you more the fish rather than anything else now, if I catch anything else, because so I'm going to stay here till 6. And it's just absolutely brilliant. Roach this time. Oh. There we are, roach this time. On the rod again. No, it isn't. Is it? Is it a rod? No, it's a roach. No, it ain't. It's a rod. It is a rod. It is a rod. I wasn't sure to begin with. I haven't had one for a little while. There we have it. Another nice rod. That tide's still coming up. And another roach. I haven't even had time to have a... Well, I've had one cup of tea when I first started here this morning. I'm gagging for a cup of tea and something to eat. I just ain't got the time. I just cannot stop. I cannot stop. I'm not going to stop until it reaches its peak. Once it's reached its peak and it's still coming up, then I will have a break. And at the end of the session we'll see exactly what I've got. Right, it's 25 to 3 now, so what I'm going to do now, I'm definitely going to stop now. I think the tide's reached its peak and it'll be on its way down again in a minute. So I'm going to have a bit of dinner, cup of tea, and then I'll get back to you for the, you know, for the last part of the day. I'll be here till about 6 anyway. But I've had a thoroughly good session up to now. I say that pound perch was a cracking fish. Couple of really nice rudd, 2 or 3 really nice rudd. And you know, quite a few rudd, roach and chublet. So I'll get back to you after I've had my dinner. See you in a minute. Right, I've just had my dinner, cup of tea. Situation is it's virtually 3 o'clock now, so I've got 3 hours to try and pick up some more fish and see what we can end up with. It's been a great session up to now. I really have enjoyed it. The best fish up to now have been those 2 rudd that I caught, 2 decent rudd, and that perch, my best perch ever on the river. I've never caught one of a pound. A lovely perch it was. Yes, that perch of a pound being the highlight. So anyway, let's see how we get on for the last 3 hours. I've just rebaited it all up again now. Tide's on its way down now. It's just started falling now. So I've just made a few alterations to my rig again. which, as I say, you do have to keep doing every so often. I can see plenty of fish still feeding out there. So I kick off the last 3 hours with a couple of red maggots, but we've got, you know, lots of options here. You know, we've got caster and the pellets, and they've all caught. I've had fish on all 3 baits. Right, let's see how we get on in these last 3 hours. Oh, Christ almighty. Oh, so I wasn't ready for that. See, now the tide's going out now, so the fish are coming back down the river again. Well, I've been fishing for 25 minutes since I've had my dinner. Started again at 3 o'clock, and this is the first fish I've had in 25 minutes on the pellet, and it's a rudd. For the 25 minutes here since I've had my dinner, I've been struggling. I've been getting plenty of bites, but I just haven't been able to hook them. Yeah, look, lovely rudd on the pellet. Fly on the lens, look, beautiful. Yes, it's been, I don't know why. I just don't know why. I don't know why. I'm getting plenty of bites, loads of fish out there, teeming with fish. But I keep missing the bites. So I've decided to go back to pellet again. So I might not get as many bites on the pellet, but you're getting some nice rudd, you know. I certainly do like them, the bigger rudd on these pellets. But as far as the weather's concerned, and the conditions now are just absolutely spot on, really. You know, these are the conditions and the weather that I could, if I could choose, it would be like this. Yeah, what a lovely day's fishing this has turned out to be. Now, I'm not catching as much now as I was, but they are still there. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick my Polaroids on, because I'm having trouble picking that float up now. Time wise, it is 25 to 4. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I'll stick with the pellet for now. I'm sort of alternating between the pellet, caster and maggots. It's strange, you know, since 3 o'clock, since I started after dinner, still getting plenty of bites, but missing them now, which I wasn't doing so much earlier on. And I've shallowed up because the tide's on its way down now. Really is beautiful, beautiful weather up there, beautiful conditions. Let's try a couple of red maggots again. I mean, this is what I'm getting, the bite, plenty of bites on them, but I can't hook, can't seem to hook them. Give it a go. There we go, let's go straight under. Oh, got it this time. That's the first one on maggots for some considerable time that I've been able to hook. Swing this one over, it's only a small one. Right. Funny, isn't it, how they switch on all of a sudden, you know, all of a sudden you can start hooking them again. Mrs. Rudd. We call this one Mrs. Rudd. They're taking the old hook well down today. Back on it again now, back on it again. Keep that feed going out there. That's it. A little bit of ground bait. And a few maggots. Another rod comes to the net. Another one on pellet. There we are. Oh Christ, I'm really enjoying this. I think the fish are as well, to be honest. That was on double pellet. I've decided to put two on. I thought, sod the expense, give the cat another goldfish. And put two on there. I was using a size 12 hook. You can get two on there quite easy. She's running down there beautifully now. And some of these bites I'm getting now on this pellet they're ferocious. They could be chub. I don't. Oh. I don't know. As soon as you get that line behind the float, that's when you get the action. Well, it's 4:10 and the fish are still coming non-stop really. well, non-stop as far as bites are concerned. Yeah, it's so good. I just cannot wait to get back out there again. Every time I bring it in, it's definitely one of those sessions where I don't want to go home. You know, I want to stay here. You know, I don't want it to end. See, the thing is up here, oh, I missed that one. I don't think it gets fished that much. I really don't. One of the reasons is it's not easy access for people in cars up here, really. I'm not too certain the nearest place you can park up here. It's not easy at all. I mean, it's perfect on the bike to get here for me. Absolutely perfect, you know. The old sun's out now. A fish, it is a fish. Another rudd, another Adur rudd comes to Alan's net. Nice one as well, not bad. I hadn't half taken it down today. Yeah. Oh, keep still, mate. There we are. Yeah, this is brilliant. This is really, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. As far as my next session is concerned, as I said earlier, it could well be, I think it will be, a Waggler session, but with bread flake. Trying to see if I can catch a big roach or a big rudd. You know, when I say big, I mean a rudd of a pound. Rudd or roach of a pound or more. I definitely think it's worth bringing those pellets with me as well. Sort of afternoon into the evening. You know, so if I sort of prepare to go home, it's going to be getting dark or something like that when I go home, then yeah, that's alright. I think evening time, you know, I think that could be a good time for the rudd, you know, for the bigger rudd. And I might well come here. Oh. Cool. Blinking hell. Tell they're roach and mud bites, but they're sort of snatching at it. Oh. Now you seem to get the idea what's happening now. It's still virtually a biter cast out there. Well, it's not a fisher cast, nowhere near it. If I'd had the amount of, if I could transfer the amount of bites I've had into fish today, flipping hell, I would have, I mean this net would have been half full. Let's try over there. Right, see if we can get this one in. Yeah. Oh, right. Another rod. So they're not as big though as those few I had this morning. This river is absolutely teeming with rudd and roach. It's really in very healthy condition, this river. It must be, you know, because it's absolutely full of them. Oh, there's ripples everywhere, fish topping everywhere, all over the place. God. I can't believe how quick the time's gone. It's just unbelievable. It's 4:45 now. I've enjoyed it so much. Enjoyed it so much today, I really have. Gorgeous early evening on the River Raider here at Betley Bridge. So I haven't caught so much over the last couple of hours now. You know, just the odd fish, but it's still been a really nice session. I've had to change the camera angle because of the sun. Directly right in the lens of the camera now, where I had it just now. It's nearly 5 o'clock. I must admit I'm starting to feel a bit tired now. Christ, I haven't stopped since well about 11:30 this morning. I've been completely oblivious to what's been going on around me, which has been virtually nothing really. But I've just been solely concentrating on this float. It's been a fascinating session, really interesting session. I think those pellets I'm using, what's that? Are just got a bit too soft now. And that's why I'm not able to hook the fish on them. So I've gone back to maggots again. Cool, that was a quick bite. First one for a little while. Oh. Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit tired now, drained of energy. I'm not surprised. I might end up calling it a day at 5:30. As I say, I may well be up here again next week with bread flake, and we'll see what we can catch on that, on the float. Yep, another River Adur rud here at Betley Bridge. Oh, right, what is it? Isn't it just gone 5 past? I'm going to give it till 1/2 and then I'm going to start clearing up. We'll start packing up at 5:30. Yeah, so maybe I won't be out next Wednesday. It might, I don't know what day it'll be yet. I can't fish next Wednesday, I'm busy, but any other day next week I can. So it might be next week, might be the week after. I certainly will go to the fork again, but the tide's got to be right to fish that swim. It has to be right. So up here, as you've seen, with the tide up, in fact it's quite good here at high tide. You can fish this quite easily when it's up high. We're nearing the end of the session now. Oh, it's been most enjoyable. Most enjoyable. I'm absolutely knackered now. Because this is just going on and on. There's still plenty of bites, plenty of fish to be had, and we're giving it till 5:30. It's just gone 1/4 now. I think I can get that camera on the right angle again because the sun's gone in at the moment. If it comes out again I'll have to move it, but I seem to be getting them further down that track now, much further down. That's where that's where I seem to be hooking them better now. Oh, the float had disappeared. These ruds, they've been there virtually all day. That's a better one. I see the fish are feeding out there, I can see. Yeah, look. I'm having to cast further down the peg now to get these. Ten minutes to go. And another rod. Yeah, they're definitely further down that track, and I'm hooking them as well more. Oh, I think I'll have one more cast, and that is my lot. Bait up once more. So whether I catch or whether I don't, this is the last one now. And what has been a very, very good session. So I've really enjoyed the Waggler sessions I've had this season so far. Apart from the first one at Mockbridge, which was a real struggle, apart from that one, I've done quite well, really. I think I had about 50 odd fish on my last one. Oh, not this time. Not this time, Alan. Oh, the bait's still on there, so we'll have another chuck. Oh, no. Oh, do you know, this is just unbelievable. I'm going to have to say, I'm going to have to tell myself, that's it. I cannot keep going. I'm going to be here forever. Oh dear. I tell you what, I'll have one chuck more on the soft pellet, simply because I know the fish are there and they're taking maggot. So there's just a chance of a decent one to finish the session off with on pellet. Let's have a look. Plenty of fish feeding out there. You can see all the bubbles coming up everywhere. Right, this is it. For the umpteenth time, this is the last cast. Whatever happens. Right, I think that is definitely my lot. Yeah, definitely my lot. Definitely. Right. Now I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to give in. I know the temptation is so high to carry on, but enough's enough. So I've been fishing here since 11:30. It's 25 to 6 now. So right, I'm going to pack up and then we'll have a look and see what we caught. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, let's have a look, see what we've ended up with. Oh. It's a shame, it is a shame to pack up when it's like this, but you've got to pack up somewhere and you can't stay here forever, so I'm not too sure. I mean, I've got, oh, not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Another good session on the Waggler. I'm well pleased with the way it's going at the moment on the Waggler. Really am. I don't know if it's picking it up. Quite a few there. Right, let's just have a pick of the bunch. Don't forget I had that perch of £1, so look, 3 nice ones there, look. Lovely. That one, look. Beautiful. Mr. Rudd. Looks a bit grumpy though. Looks a bit grumpy, a bit down at the mouth. As I say. Most of these bigger ones came on pellet. Oh, just gonna start putting them back now. Now look nice. Really nice Rudd. Right. 3 nice Rudd there. Those 2 look beautiful. Yeah, I'm well pleased with this session. I'm pleased with the way my Waggler fishing is going in general on the river. You know. Yeah. And this was the first fish I caught of the session. So I say, most of them are Rudd. Most of them are Rudd. There's only a few roach amongst them. There's one of them. There's only a few roach. Of course, I had that, as I say, that pound perch I had, and then I had this smaller perch, old stripey. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so you get the general idea anyway. Right, get the rest of them in. Right, just to summarise the session before I go, another really enjoyable session on the Waggler. Really thoroughly enjoyed it again. It's been really good so far this season. As I say, apart from the first session I had, which wasn't that great, I didn't do too well on the first session, but since then I think I've had, I don't know, is it 3 since then, and they've all been pretty good. Again, I must have had about 50 fish there, 40 to 50 fish there. Really good session. The best of the fish, of course, that perch of £1, which it was bang on £1 on the pellet, and that's the best perch I've had from the river. So that is my PB perch. And then, as you saw, some really nice rudd. The biggest ones again coming on pellet. So that's maybe something I will certainly try a bit more often, you know, because you're always sort of looking for baits to try and different baits to try and pick the bigger fish out amongst the smaller ones. So, well, a very enjoyable session. So basically, then the first fish of the session was that chublet, and the rest have been mostly rudd, just the very odd roach. I think you can count the amount of roach on one hand. A couple of perch, and that was it. So, you know, really enjoyable session here at Betley Bridge on the River Adur. Time wise now, it's just gone 6 o'clock. I'm just packing up now. I've virtually got everything packed up. So the next session might be next week. If not, it'll probably be the week after, weather permitting, and it will either be a Waggler session trying to catch some big roach or big rudd, if I can. We'll have a go anyway with bread flake on the float, but that will be an afternoon session into the evening. If it isn't that, then it will be at the fork on the Waggler if the tide is right. If I'll be having the float fishing session with bread flake probably up here. I think it probably will be. And the flies. That's probably what's going to happen anyway, but of course it's all subject to change, but that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, much appreciated. I've had several more subscribers since the last video I put up. I'm well pleased with that and well happy. Thank you so much for that. And thanks for pressing the like button, much appreciated. And definitely enjoy your own angling, you know, definitely do that. You know, and if you want to put, you know, comment on my YouTube videos, when you comment on my YouTube videos, you want to tell me how you're getting on yourselves on the river, you know, brilliant. I'm really interested, and you know, I'll be only too happy to, you know, post it on there. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.